Family, the track we're about to interact with right now was brought to my attention via a donation from one of our subscribers. Now, if you want to recommend a song, the link to the PayPal is going to be in the description below because, of course, YouTube yanks 30% of super chats. Guys, I appreciate, as always, your open, curious attention. Back to the video. Cook, sir.
I wanted you to know I've learned to live without it. And even though it's cold and now I no longer feel surrounded, and you never listen to me, and that's the thing I tell the others. You were my Harlequin bride. I was your undercover lover, but no, you never saw me.
Fam, I'm sorry. I have to go back. I have to go back immediately because at first, you know, it's a lot of things strike me at once, guys. It's like whenever Vessel decides to use that, you know, whenever he decides to use that vulnerable voice, right? He's trying to, they're speaking through so much of the music, right? I wanted you to know I've learned to live without it. So he's like addressing someone directly, kind of announcing a very hard-earned independence. And it's not just about relationship. It's emotional dependency, right? Listen to this.
I wanted you to know I've learned to live without it. And even though it's cold and now I no longer feel surrounded, and you never listen to me, and that's the thing I tell the others. You were my Harlequin bride. I was your undercover lover.
Guys, he says, you never listen to me, and that's the thing I tell the others. See how he's starting to reclaim his own story, right? It's like sometimes you have to, we have a cultural self, right? We have a rational self, but we also have a cultural self. A part of our sanity belongs to being recognized by other people. It's like I've begun rebuilding my story using other people, right? He says, you were my Harlequin bride. Like, and I was your undercover lover. Like Harlequin, it just is performance, costume, right? Entertainment, whatever, right? And then he was the hidden one, the unofficial, emotionally concealed one, right? Go back a couple bars, let him cook. Please cook, sir.
Bride, I was your undercover lover, but no, you never saw me naked. You wouldn't even touch me, except if you were wasted. But you were trying your best, and that's the thing I tell the others. I was your robot companion. You were my favorite color.
Guys, listen, are there better lyricists out there right now doing this kind of thing? Are there really? Right? You never saw me naked. You would never even touch me. First of all, the vulnerability there, except if you were wasted. So we've all been in situations where intimacy only exists when the other person's defenses are down. Right? It's almost kind of a part of the culture now. It's like, you know, when I'm fucked up, that's the real me. You remember like The Weeknd, right? Like intimacy only exists when your defenses are down and sober closeness is unavailable. But my favorite part of this is always that the thing I tell the others. You were trying your best, and that's the thing I tell the others. That shows emotional maturity, emotional growth, being able to see past the surface behavior, right? He's softening the truth to protect her image, right? And maybe his own guilt for staying so long.
Companion, you were my favorite color, and no.
Yeah, turn it up, buddy. Cook, sir.
I'm called upon the person that tried to turn my salvation for you. Someone who didn't mind the push, pull by the games. Someone who wasn't always crying on the journey back. Someone who didn't feel the low blows either way.
Cook, sir. I need to hear that again. I need to hear it again.
I'm called upon the person that tried to turn my salvation for you. Someone who didn't mind the push-pull part of games. Someone who wasn't always crying on the journey back. Someone who didn't feel the low blows either way.
Someone who didn't mind the push-pull parlor games, right? Emotional manipulation is reframed as play, right? It's like he's like, I'm tired of pretending it didn't hurt, right? Someone who wasn't always crying on the journey back. It's like the aftermath matters, right? More than the moments, right? The cost was all paid in private. It's so relatable. The thing I tell the mirror. Now he's talking to himself. Self-forgiveness is the next phase, right? First, it's the thing I tell the others, right? And then you're able to forgive yourself, saying, I was trying my best too. And then he says, I was in love with the thought that we were in love with each other. And that has to be the core confession, right? He loved the idea of mutual love, not the reality.
What might be good for your heart might not be good for my head. What was there at the start might not be there in the end.
Guys, they have impossible game. It's almost like it's impossible to really get these lessons unless you've already been through them, right? Chemistry does not guarantee sustainability. One of the hardest lessons to ever learn. I feel you, buddy. Please cook, sir. Why do they sound so fly? Why do they have the audacity to sound like that?
Do you wanna hurt me? 'Cause nobody hurts me better.
Keep killing it, buddy. Yes. That sounds fire. Nobody hurts me better. Pain becomes familiar, right? And then that familiarity masquerades as intimacy. This is just what you're familiar with, right? And, we did a reaction to Fast Car, right? Where, Tracy Chapman, lyrical genius in her own right, is just talking about these patterns that you get into. Nobody hurts me better, meaning nobody hurts me in quite such a way that I'm familiar. Like it activates traumas in my past. It activates this cycle, right?
Do you wanna hurt me? Do you wanna hurt me? 'Cause nobody hurts me better.
Two is just beating that up. Put two under the jail immediately. This is a nice long Selah moment. Cigarette ash still sticking to my clothes, but that's a little bit resentful. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you still smell like that person, right? You ever been in the house with a smoker? If you don't smoke, like all your clothes smell like smoke, right? Even if they're not smoking while you're there, it's just like the house, right? It just sticks to your clothes, right? And in a kind of way, if a relationship you've been in for a really long time, you're not the same person exiting the relationship as you were entering it. Guys, it's not, I don't think it's by accident that they're repeating this, right? This is the cycle. This is what you tell yourself in your mind to remind yourself that you're exiting. Because, I mean, there's all the temptations to go back. There's all the temptations to, to try it again. Maybe I could have done this thing better. No, this is the cycle that you repeat in your mind when you're going out of it, when you're truly exiting. Let him cook, please.
But I would have given anything to get closer to you and all your enemies. I've got a few of my own, and this throne didn't come with a gun, so I got a different energy.
And this throne didn't come with a gun, so I got a different energy. Power without violence. Kind of, he's reclaiming agency, right? Through restraint and through clarity. Listen to that line.
Save me from your memories, nothing to lose, but I would have given anything to get closer to you and all your enemies. I've got a few of my own, and this throne didn't come with a gun, so I got a different energy.
That's healthy.
Still see you.
Guys, this is, of all of the Sleep Token songs, and maybe this is the one maybe this is the reason that this one was recommended to me, in the PayPal. Appreciate the donation. Anybody who's willing to donate to the channel to help me continue to do what we do here, namely let them cook. I appreciate the PayPals, but I think the one of the reasons that this one was recommended might have been because this has to be one of the most uplifting Sleep Token songs I've ever encountered with. A lot of them are toxic, but this one is like, yo, this is the art of letting go in a real way, and in a healthy way, counterintuitive.
The lights get low, I still hear you when I'm on my own. The parasites in the nightmares calling my name like this one's for you and your problems, your good day job, your bad karma. What are you afraid of? The same drama, show me what you're made of. Cause you talk about your constant pain like I ain't got none.
You talk about your constant pain like I ain't got none, right? Right? Like his suffering was invisible and unacknowledged the entire time, right? Damn. Even though it's over now, I'll always be reminded. There's a stain, right? There's a scar from it. You're different because of it, eternally. Maybe even in a good way. I mean, you've learned. You're no longer as naive. Oh, but there's a scar that's left behind. Oh, no, family, that one was fire. What exactly are we talking about, bro? Gethsemane is about loving somebody so deeply that you abandon yourself. But then the dope part about this, especially because it's Sleep Token, is that then slowly, painfully, you learn that survival means reclaiming the parts of you that love cost. And that's possible.